For this example, what we want to do is construct a truth table for the statement, I am feeling glad and I am happy, or I have sunshine in a bag. Then suppose I am not happy, I am feeling glad, and I have sunshine in a bag. Under these conditions, we then want to determine whether the original statement would be true or false. This is kind of a convoluted process here, but where we want to start is by splitting up that statement we had into pieces so we can make our table properly. For that, you want to be doing for space, let's start up here. What we would do is first set notation. That is, you would turn the sentence we have there into a set of 3 simple statements. So I'm going to say that P is the statement, I am feeling glad. Q is I am happy. And R is the statement, I have sunshine in a bag. Bag. With this in mind, the statement we have can be written symbolically as conjoined with Q in parentheses with disjunction R. So P and Q or R. Thanks to that helpful little comma we have in there that splits the statement in pieces. Which means that to finish this off, we've got to make ourselves a truth table. And that's going to be a bit since we've got 3 pieces. So bear with me here, this is going to take some doing. In our first column, we start with all of our simple statements again. So we have P, Q, and R now. And here we want to collect all of our possible values, and there are quite a few of them. Either P is true, Q is true, and R is true. Is true, Q is true, and R is false. P is true, Q is false, R is true. P is true, Q is false, and R is false. P is false, is true, Q is true. P is false, Q is true, R is false. P is false, Q is false, R is true, and P is false, Q is false, R is false. We're actually writing this all out, follows a pattern where if you've got 3 of them, where I like to know that we're going to end up with 8 possibilities. In Q, that makes sense. We need to break these up into 2s. So here we've got 4, then 4. Here we have 2, 2, 2, 2. And then there, 1, 1, 1, 1. Or if you prefer, 2 squared, 2 squared, 2 to the first, 2 to the first, 2 to the first, 2 to the first, 2 to the 0, 2 to the 0, 2 to the 0, 2 to the 0, and so on. But anyway, this is how we represent all 8 of our possibilities. You just got to be very careful listing them all out. Then, we're going to take our next term, that conjunction, P and Q. For here, don't care what happens to R just yet. We end up with a lot of redundant cases, but that's fine. For this, you need both P and Q to be true. Don't really worry about R, so you just sort of ignore that part of the column for now. That happens here, here, and then a whole lot of nothing else. So conjunctions usually result in a lot of false things. It's kind of to be expected. And then what we're going to do is take that conjunction and then take the disjunction of that with all. So what we have then is that this is true, not true there. This is true, because we definitely have true there. This one would be true, because we've got truth right here. This one is false because both of the statements in the conjunction are false. This one is true because there's one piece of truth. This one is false because both are false, then true, and finally false. So we've got all of our options right here. And then the last thing we want to do is go back and figure out if I am not happy and I'm feeling glad and I have sunshine in a bag, would that result in a true statement under these assumptions? So this is really what we use this type of thing for. It's kind of funky to think about. So we want I am happy to be false. We want Q to be false, so we need to start looking for those values. So you got this option, this option, this option, and this option. Then we want I am feeling glad to be true because we're taking P. That means we want one of these four. That means that our options are now limited this window. Then we have I have sunshine in a bag, so this is true, which means we need P true, Q false, and R true, which only happens right here. And in that assumption, we end up with our statement being true. So the answer to whether or not the statement is true under those assumptions is yes.